Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's cook along. This is a special monthly series that I'm starting for those of you that do utilize EatLove for your meal planning. Today, I will be spotlighting a recipe that I got from EatLove, and that recipe is the shrimp and snow pea stir fry with rice. Hopefully, I sent that to you before. If not, I will make sure to remember to do that. These sessions will be recorded every month. So if you're not able to attend, I will still record and share. Today is the first time that I'm doing this. So hopefully, everything goes well and smoothly. But I'm super excited and ready to begin the cooking process. So, Eat Love has a ton of great recipes. There's over 7,500 recipes, and they're continuing to add more all the time. And I wanted to just feature kind of easy recipes that we can utilize and discuss kind of the ways that you can modify the recipes yourself if you feel that you need to make adjustments. Now, most of the time, we all have a prescription that I've created for you or calculated for you that should make sure that all the recipes that you see do fit into your health and wellness needs. But some days you might want to switch things up a little bit. And I'm going to talk about kind of the ways how you can do that. So let's get to using this pan. Shout out to my husband for having this cool cooker
I know.
thing that
Yeah,
I can utilize, yeah, during the sessions. So
it's cool.
let me
Nice
read the
pan.
recipe first, which I did already, but I just need to make sure. So heat the wok. I don't have a wok, but I do have this cool pan that I got at Costco. Heat oil in a wok over medium-high heat. Add snow peas, onions, and garlic. So this recipe, again, shrimp and snow pea stir fry. Ingredients are olive oil, shrimp, snow peas, onion, garlic, soy sauce, sesame oil, and cornstarch, and then paired with rice. One thing I did want to also kind of mention before I start cooking is getting a kitchen scale is pretty handy for like if you don't want to be, you know, using different measuring utensils and having to wash a bunch of stuff. I do like
Mm,
to use these for like things in ounce measurements, like the shrimp was 4 ounces, and I don't really know how to calculate that. Um, so using this and then also saves like the dishes, which is useful. And these are pretty affordable. You don't have to have that though. Remember that in some of my discussions with some of you, we may have talked about kind of using like your palm. For 3 ounces is about the size of a deck of cards, so you can kind of estimate a little bit with that. The shrimp that I'm using today, I did buy frozen shrimp. For this recipe, it did say peeled and deveined, which I believe these are, but the tail are still on. So buying frozen is also something pretty cool to have. As I probably discussed with many of you for vegetables and protein. And then these are snow peas. Not sure if you're familiar, but these are snow peas. I did find them at my local Asian store. I'm sure that they're also sold in other
mm,
grocery stores. You do want to kind of get rid of like the tougher parts. You don't have to, but just for like texture. And you just want to snip off the end and then it pulls off that fibrous part. So I did do that a little bit ahead of time. It didn't take me too much time, so it's pretty quick and easy to do. And then I did rinse everything before. And then the other ingredient is red onion. However, the red onion at the store this morning was, oh, how do I, where's the camera? Here. It
yeah,
was
you're good.
not thanks. It was
Mm,
not so pretty, so I did end up choosing a white onion, but, onions we can interchange. If you're someone who is not eating shrimp protein right now, or maybe we're limiting animal products, we could also use, tofu in this dish, other types of fish. If you're allergic to shrimp, right, we could do fish. You could do other types of protein as well for this recipe, so it doesn't have to be this particular one. And then again, the red onion using different, this one called for 1/4 of the red onion. Some people may not like to have recipes that only use part of the product, but something that I like for onion, chop it a bunch ahead of time, store it for the week ahead with the rest. I'll dice some and slice the rest of some of it too. Other things that I've done with extra ingredients is I recently been on a pickle kick, and I will be posting a video on social media about quick pickling. But something that I do is also just kind of whatever veggies are extra. The other day I did purple cabbage. I only used part of it. And then onions and cucumbers is what I've been pickling a lot. There's different ways to do pickling, and it's super quick and easy. And then I like to just kind of add it to everything. I just personally really like things that are vinegar, um, that tangy texture, tangy taste, and I feel like it goes with everything. Okay, so let's begin. I tried to do minimal prep just because I wanted to show you all that, cooking doesn't have to always take a bunch of time. There we go. Doesn't have to, see,
Yeah. No,
cool
that's
thing.
good.
Doesn't always have to take a lot of time. We could do it real quickly and real easily. So the first ingredient that we're going to be needing is olive oil. With oil, um, it's good to measure just so you know. But some people, over time, right, you'll kind of get more used to the amount and how much it is. Something that I've done before is like I'll count how many seconds did it take to fill, and then just try to remember that and then know for future that it's taking that amount of time. Then I don't have to use that tablespoon measure. So I'm heating the oil over high heat. For the vegetables too, if you don't have snow peas, you could substitute any vegetable that you like. I think broccoli would go well. Shrimp could go with this. Snap peas, sugar snap peas would also fit well with that. So we're gonna cook the snow peas. Ooh, ooh, sizzling. Ooh, it's burning. I think I might have had some water there. My salt and the onion and garlic too. That's another ingredient I forgot. Real quick, let me grab it from my freezer over here. That's also something that I do cook prep ahead of time, which I apologize, but I wasn't ready for, and it's actually not here, so I won't be able to do that, but I will grab some garlic powder. So you use what you've got, and that's okay. The smells so good already. Didn't even add anything to it. So I like to do garlic and then do the freezer thing. I don't know if you guys have seen that online. But basically, if you do get fresh garlic cloves, personally, I just don't like to chop garlic all the time or mince it. So I'll just do it all at once using a food processor, and then you put it into a Ziploc bag, and then you use like a wooden spoon or even a ladle, whatever ruler, and then you kind of cube it in the bag. I wish I had the one that I prepared before so that I could show you. So we're gonna cook this until we still want it to be crisp and tender, but also it says that in the recipe, but if you prefer things to be more crisp and not as tender or more tender, you are welcome to cook that however you want. And that's gonna be for about 3 minutes. And sometimes with the time, also it kind of does depend on like the cooking sheet that you're using, as well as again your preference. But for me, this is almost looking about good. I kind of like my onions to be a little bit brown. More brown, a little more translucent. But really, I didn't even put any seasonings in it. It already smells good. That's the thing with onions, right? If you are someone who cannot tolerate garlic and onion, then you can again substitute that out for something that you can tolerate. Any vegetables, really, that you like. The next ingredient that we're going to be adding to this is going to be our shrimp. Let me heat up just a little bit. I'm not going to dump it in because since the shrimp was frozen, there was a little bit of water, and I don't want that crazy splashing that happened earlier with the snow peas. So we add our shrimp, and we're gonna want to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes until the shrimp turns pink and opaque. Again, don't have to use shrimp for these recipes. You can always substitute. And I believe that it doesn't say it on the PDF file of the recipes, but when you're in your portal, it should offer you those substitutions. And if you don't see those substitutions, please let me know and I can reach out to the support team for EatLove and see what they have to say about that. So just trying to get the shrimp to cook the pan so that it makes sure that that shrimp is cooking.
What was the oil you used? Yeah.
I use olive oil,
Okay.
but you can also use avocado oil if you would like as well. You know, but those are the two, the extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil are the true oils. Oh, wait, does mine have a shell? Oh no, they just left the feet and the tail on. I thought it said sealed. Oh, it's like partially sealed. I must have misread the bag. That's okay.
Yeah.
But I do prefer it already peeled for me because
Is that like medium heat?
yes, I'm on a little bit of a medium heat here, but it's a little, I think, not used to cooking on this external stove. We typically use this what is it called? Gas stove or this thing, this fire thing. Can't think of the name of it, but we typically use this when we're eating hot pot at home.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that looks good. I'm gonna turn my heat down a little bit. It's pink and opaque. And then the next is to prep the sauce. Now, if you are making this, you could prep it ahead. Again, I wanted to try not to do too much prep so that I could show you guys what we'll be doing. Let me turn off the heat right there. You can see here. So for the sauce, it is going to be low sodium soy sauce. So I have here, this
Okay.
1 tablespoon is 590 calories. I'm sorry, 590 milligrams of sodium, which is a little over, it's usually the soy sauces have about like 800 to 900 milligrams of sodium. Then we're going to get 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Right there. And then we are also going to do cornstarch. However, I thought we had cornstarch and I must have thrown it away probably. It was probably expired the other day when I was cleaning my pantry. So I don't have that, but you can use flour as a substitute. Wheat flour is adequate, but you likely need to double it up. So this recipe calls for half a teaspoon. Oh, half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. So I'm gonna do a full teaspoon for it instead. And this sauce uses the cornstarch to just thicken it a little bit. If you have to monitor your sodium and you feel like this is a little bit high overall, you can just decrease the amount of soy sauce that you're using or use something else that could be even lower. And let's whisk it together with a fork. And again, this is supposed to be a little bit of a thickened sauce, so that flour or cornstarch, if you have that, use that. It should thicken it up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna turn the heat on and then pour the sauce over. Ooh, that's hot. Okay. And then just let that cook just a little bit longer. Oh, just for a minute, just so this everything's coated. And then we're done with the cooking part. And then this is paired with rice. And one thing that I really wanted to share with you guys is with rice, and I think I may have told some of you this already before, but cooking it in batches ahead of time and then leaving that to cool in the fridge to use during the week, one that saves you time for having to prepare that every day for the week if you're okay with eating the reheated rice. But one thing that happens with rice that's been cooked and cooled is that it builds a resistant starch, which isn't processed the same as a standard carbohydrate. It's increased fiber, good prebiotics, which is good for our gut, and then it helps to kind of decrease that glucose release and insulin response that our body may have to having carbs. So I like to do that. So I have actually pre-cooked rice, and you can also purchase frozen rice as well at your local grocery store. The one that I recently came across was from Trader Joe's. I should have, can you see that? Well, I'll put it here.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh
rice
yeah.
medley,
Yeah.
which has,
It's one of my
yeah,
favorites.
brown
Yeah.
rice. Oh, do you use this too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is good. Brown rice, red rice, and black barley. And these are all really great whole grains that are fit for most everyone's diet. The only ones that can't tolerate would be someone who may have a gut issue who can't tolerate this more fiber in these grains. But this is great for everybody. It comes in a packet like this, and then you can heat it up. So I won't use the whole thing. I don't want that much rice. This recipe specifically states to have 2/3 cup cooked rice. So I'm not gonna have all of that. So I'll just pour some out and then save the rest for myself for another time. And with these already cooked rices, you don't have to heat it up for that long. So actually that might be 2/3 cup. I'm gonna use the sauce cup and then toss it in the microwave really quickly. So it says for the pouch, it's gonna be about 3 minutes, the whole pouch, and you steam it in the pouch, steam side up for about 3 minutes, and that's gonna allow it to steam pressure cook it. You can also empty it onto a saucepan, it says, and then you just cover, and then you just need to add water if you need it, and stir for about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, and gonna plate this real quickly here. Okay. And this is one serving. I did put a little extra veggie just because I love, you all know, I love my vegetables. So this might be a little more. I might not finish the whole thing, but I am going to plate this. And then once the rice is done, I'll put that on the side. As you can see, there wasn't any added salt to this, so it could, again, still fit into your diet if you have to monitor that. It does have higher sodium. I think shrimp, right? Seafood does tend to have salt in it. And then the low sodium soy sauce. So again, if you do have to monitor your sodium intake, I would probably decrease that low sodium soy sauce amount to maybe half a tablespoon. And then again, if you substitute for a different protein like tofu, then you probably already will have a lower sodium content, and you may not need to worry about that for yourself for this dish. Since I'm using a little less rice, it's probably not gonna come out, but or I'll just eat it from the bowl. And the Asian community, we actually do eat, we put rice in a little bowl and then we kind of do family style meals. So I'm just gonna leave like that. But here is the dish. I think I maybe charred it a little bit, but that's pretty good. And
Yay.
I think that was maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I had a home meal cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So meals
Yeah.
can be quick and easy. So pretty cool. Anyone have any questions about the recipe? Don't have to have any, but
Pretty
yeah,
simple.
pretty simple,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So one of the cool things about EatLove is, let me move this so I can clear my screen.
And you could
Okay.
just cook that in quantity and just put it in like separate containers, right? Just to,
Right.
right. Okay.
Yeah. So I think you all know when we showed you Eat Love that there is that option to batch cook things if you do like to eat leftovers. Um, so I'm going to show you just re-show that. So let me share my screen. Oh, another cool thing I wanted to share with you is that I'm slowly starting to compile some collections, and one of them is the Fresh Spring collection. Eat Love just launched these ingredients. I know if
Mm.
you're in SoCal, our weather is a little funky, but I think we're still in spring. So if you're interested in this, I will share with you the collection so you can save that and kind of take a look at that if you'd like. Then I will.
Oh, you can share collections.
I believe I can. I can share the link, and then you should be able
Oh, that's cool.
um, to access those recipes that I collect. So remember that when you are doing your meal plan, I do recommend doing it on a computer just because I think that that's a little bit easier. And you can expand and kind of schedule things as you like, or some of you may have it already where those are populating for you as well. For this one, I just didn't want to overwhelm. But remember that if you do find a recipe you like, you can always select the option to batch cook it, including guests or if it's just for yourself, and then selecting multiple days if you would like. And then remember that the recipe does scale up for you automatically so that you don't need to be doing all that math unless you enjoy doing that. But, save yourself a little bit of using that brain because we're all using our brains for other things. And then the other cool thing that I just wanted to remind you all of is that you can search by the smart choices, of course, but by searching food and ingredients. And remember to use the filter button. So you can filter by dish type if you like. There's also one that's no leftovers, no cook, ready-made meals if you're, wanting to buy a few things, kid friendly, grab and go. There's a bunch of different options here. And then also, well, I already set like any restrictions if you have to limit certain ingredients. But if there's foods that you kind of keep seeing and you don't want to see that, you can avoid those. There's by ingredients, skill level, cuisine type, equipment if you want to, look up specific like slow cooker recipes or instant pot. There's air fryer, there's those options. Recipe source is cool if you kind of know someone like a dietitian that may have contributed to this. You can also search by that. And then low FODMAP, those are for people who have gut issues, who can't tolerate that. Freeze as well, quick and easy. So there's so many different filtering options. If you select too many filters, sometimes that may not pull up any recipes. So try not to select too many, but you can do a few. And then the total time, let's see if there's anything under. Yeah, there's quite a few things under 15 minutes. So um lots of different options that you can have when using Eat Love. And know that the recipes are always changing. I have put in a request though to see if there's a way, because I know that sometimes the recipes that are selected may be kind of repetitive. You may see that. So I have put in a request to see if there's some way that there's can be more variety because they do have 7,500 different recipes available to everybody. So I want everyone to be able to do that. And then remember too that if you are craving something, you can also always just type that in and pull that up. Like if you're craving a burrito, you type that in. You can, so if
Mm.
it defaults to all, but if you want to look up a specific recipe, you can just go under recipe. All just kind of defaults to like everything, because sometimes too, there's that option when you're creating your own recipe to select different things. You can also look under restaurant meals, and it shows you. I don't think we have Freshie here, or at least not where I'm located in SoCal. But there's like El Pollo Loco and things like
Mm,
that. So lots of
mm,
different options for you. So really, this is a really great resource. And part of the reason I wanted to add on this like monthly cook along thing is one, to be able to share new recipes with you guys if you haven't seen it. Because again, there's 7,500 different recipes. I can't even get through all of those myself. So wanting to be able to spotlight some. Also, too, I would love if any of you have a favorite recipe from there and you want to share that with other people. Let me
mm,
know, and I can also select that as one of the cook-alongs. And then
mm,
EatLove also continues to launch new features. So as those features roll out, I also want to be able to like share that information with you. The latest feature that they have added is, I think, more integration with Instacart. So I believe that maybe having more connection with that, although I don't use Instacart myself, but I know that that's something that a lot of people do use, and it saves just a lot of time. So that's a cool feature recently. The recipe database is continuing to grow. What else recently? And then they also integrate with Sunbasket, which I do need to look more into that. But I believe that is like a food delivery option. I think though it is still ingredients. Um, if anyone has tried that, I'd love to hear your feedback. But that I will look into that to kind of see if I feel like that's something that may benefit some people. Ooh, that was faster than I thought. Even though I
yeah.
know it says 20 minutes. 25 minutes prep, 20 minutes cook. And I
Hmm.
will say that it probably was under 5 minutes that I prep. It's just that to film it while I'm talking and then to prepare it maybe added a little bit of time. But I think if I wasn't doing a this cook along, it would have been faster. And then I think the cooking was about the 20 minutes. So,
Hmm.
and now I've got lunch.
Yeah.
That's
Very
another
well.
bonus to me doing these, is that I'll cook and then I'll
Yeah.
have my food too.
That's true.
Does
That's funny.
anyone have any questions or comments?
No, no, I mean that's good, and like I say, you could just do that in quantity, and then you're just
Right.
saving that 20 minutes each time. Now you're,
Ooh,
right. Yeah, looks
right.
good. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm probably going to dress it up with a little bit of chili flakes because I like spice. But other than that, this is
Mm,
like great meal, right? It's lots of veggies, that protein, and then this whole grain, all of it super easy to make.
hmm.
Do you have any, does anyone on have any recipe that they might want to share or want me to
Uh,
feature, or any
uh,
future requests?
I know I'm opening my I have a folder, so I think I showed you in our
Yeah,
session.
your
Yeah,
folder is super well
right.
organized.
So I have a recipes folder, and then I just go through Eat Love and like print to PDF, right? So I think uh fish provincial.
Okay.
We made that. That was good. Um I'm just looking at uh some well, and then my wife made the Jamaican jerk, which
Ooh,
was
that is
that
one I want to
yeah,
try.
that was
Did
good.
you?
It's very tasty, yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I will, that one I think I'll put on my list. As well as the fish one. I'll take a look at that one too and
right.
see.
I mean, there's so many, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
Or
anything that you guys love, please share
okay.
with me, and
Yeah.
then I can share with, the other people who are utilizing eLove.
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah. And you could do what's it like Julia Child, right? She's got like, one thing cooking over here and then she's got the other thing going on, right? You can have like
Right.
doing a smoothie over here while that's cooking, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that'll take some practice, but no,
Yeah, I
it
don't
was good.
think I
Yeah.
know today, this was the
You can
first.
have, yes,
I think
keep it
it went
simple.
pretty well. Yeah, keeping it simple, but I feel like it went pretty well, and I feel super proud that I was able to cook. Probably a little
Yeah.
charred because I was like looking for that garlic and I wasn't continuously stirring. but
Hmm.
otherwise it was great. I also wanted to know, I don't know if you guys are in any like Facebook support groups, but I was wondering if you felt like that was something of a feature that may benefit you.
Mm.
Sometimes I do a group chat, but I noticed that not many people kind of utilize that, but that's
Yeah.
something that I'm also considering.
Mm. I yeah, I don't know about others. I don't use Facebook that much, but Instagram, but that's not really a kind of community thing. It's more like sharing one way, right? So
Yeah, but I can
mm,
on headphone. I can on Practice Better do a group chat for people who utilize
hmm
Eat Love, and then you
hmm
can kind of pop in there. I have done that in the past, but noticed not many people are writing too much, but I know that not everyone necessarily needs to be
or,
writing anything.
uh
So I
or
made
maybe posting, yeah, pasting like like I say, you could like you print out these recipes, you could just post one, just like, oh, post your favorite recipe or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
actually, probably what I'll do is I will create a group chat for the meal planning group, and then I will link the collection that I was sharing with you. I'll also attach this particular recipe link so that you can check it out on EatLove and favorite it if you like. You can also create those favorites within EatLove as well. But yeah, so super grateful that so many of you showed up today. And for those that couldn't make it, that's totally okay. Again, I will have this monthly, most months, and you will be automatically enrolled. However, please know that you don't necessarily have to attend if you're busy, because I will record the session and then upload it onto the group chat as well. So
Mm.
everything will kind of be in that group hub. So feel free to reference it anytime that you would like. And then I guess if there's no other questions, does anyone have anything else that they
No,
comments, concerns? Ooh,
no. I was just testing like posting like like one of the PDFs there or something. I don't know.
yeah.
That might be an idea during the live session or something.
Yeah, you could totally do that during the session. Yes, that's a great idea. And also in the chat, if you want to share those recipes through EatLove, you can also share the link directly, or you can do the download as PDF as you're sharing. So
Mm-hmm.
lots of different options there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna try to see if there's an issue with the email reminders. I think a lot of people got the email for today and assumed that it was like the one-on-one sessions that I have with you all. However, this one, it should specifically say meal plan group or meal plan monthly Q&A as the session. Um, if maybe
Yeah,
some of you that received it could forward me the email, maybe I could see if there was an issue there.
I think yeah, yeah, it says your upcoming session.
It doesn't say meal plan
Well, it does
Q&A.
down below, but in the bold, like which is where you look, right? It's for your it
Oh,
says
okay.
it's a friendly reminder about your upcoming session.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Uh,
Thank you for
yeah,
letting me
now
know.
that you mention it, it says, oh yeah, meal plan monthly Q&A. Okay. But yeah,
But
no
let
worries.
me see if I can change that because the bold is the most important, right? Everyone's like looking at that and then
Right.
panicking a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, but no, it was good. I'm glad I came.
Yay, I'm glad too. Thank you all who are attending live or watching the replay, and have a great rest of your day.
All right. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
I left you the link to that camera
Yes, I
picture.
see that. Thank you. I'm going to check that out and see if it's still accessible to. Well, I guess I'll also wait and see how you
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a link to where they have it and all that. But yeah,
Okay.
leave that to you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing and thanks for participating. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.